Often the final resting place for a loved one can mean so much to so many people. It's why folks in one Bell County town are a little miffed at what they're seeing at their local cemetery. 25 News reporter Adam Schindler went to get some answers.
The upkeep at the cemetery here in Copperas Cove is getting worse and worse, and it hasn't gone unnoticed by the residents who have family here. In the past, Copperas Cove Cemetery has been well maintained, but that hasn't been the case lately.
It's just the weeds, and it almost covers some of the headstone and things like that.
Copperas Cove Parks and Rec says they have received several complaints, and most of them are about the older sections of the cemetery.
If you really drive through the cemetery, you look at the old sections, most of the old section has curbing around every plot, which makes it impossible to mow. You have to weed eat the entire old section.
While they're able to cut some of the areas with the riding lawnmower here in the old section, they're not able to, making it to where the grass is getting almost 3 feet tall and hiding nearly all of the headstone. For residents like Nancy Sneed, who has several family members buried here, seeing the overgrown grass and weeds is becoming a real problem.
Go out there, it's to get comfort, to talk and to remember and things like that. And there's been several times that I've gone out there and I've trimmed up things. And, that's not really what I want to do when I go.
Copperas Cove Parks and Rec says it's due to a lack of manpower after losing their part-time employee who normally maintained the cemetery, something they hope will change after recently hiring someone to maintain the grounds full-time.
He's being trained up on the equipment this week, and so hopefully next week we'll see some definite improvements in the cemetery and the maintenance side of it.
And that is what Nancy Sneed is asking for.
I want it to be a serene and calm time, and when it's trimmed up, it just shows that there's respect paid to those that are buried out there.
Now, Copperas Cove Park and Rec says they do have a new full-time employee who's going to be working solely here at the cemetery beginning next week, but they're willing to sit down with anybody who has concerns or would like to volunteer to help out. In Copperas Cove, Adam Schindler, 25 News.
Adam, thank you. So how much does it really cost to bury a loved one? Well, the National Funeral Directors Association says the latest data from 2019 estimates it's about $5,100, with prices not far off from nearly $4,800 back in 2014. But get this, last year burials only made up about 38% of funeral services. That compared to 56% of cremations. They think that's because of COVID-19.